First of all, I love that the word of the day is stoic, because I'm gonna tell you to do something complete opposite. Enjoy. When you were a kid, what was your favorite superhero character or a comic book character? Now tell me, just shout.
Wonder Woman.
Superman.
Spider-Man.
Obelix.
Okay, I hear Wonder Woman, Superman, Spider-Man. Great. Now the question is, what can we learn from those girls and guys? Well, to learn something from them, we should kind of compare our life to their life. We should somehow relate it. And how are we supposed to do so? Superman is alien with lasers from his eyes. We could take Batman, for example. He's a child of billionaires that spent a bunch of his life living as an outlaw, going through the entire world. Well, I can kind of relate to Iron Man because I'm making integrated circuits. But he made his integrated circuit when he was 17. He went to MIT, and of course he's a child of billionaires. That's why I never actually had a favorite superhero comic book character. Until very recently. However, before I tell you who she is, I want to go to the topic, fear. I think we all can agree that fear is the biggest enemy of excellence. You want to do something special, you want to ask for a raise to your employee, or you want to ask a girl to go for a date or something, or you want to just come to this stage, stand right here and give a speech, and then you look at all those people and you realize you're here, you have to tell them something, you start thinking about the consequences. What if you succeed? What if you mess up? What are you going to think? And then you start to forget, you start to get stressed. You don't know what to say, you say nothing, you make mistakes, and you fear. That's why I tell you, fear only the fear itself, because it's your biggest enemy. So how to overcome the fear? I have a theory that there are 3 ways. One way is to being raised correctly by your parents. Well, we cannot change this, can we? We can try to correct it, to challenge ourselves, learn, but this is not very natural, it takes a lot of time, it's a complicated process. Well, the other way is to be very dumb. Because if you are dumb, you just don't think about consequences. So if you don't think about the consequences, you don't feel the consequences. Because you don't know the consequences, right? But we know this doesn't apply here, right? We are all smart people, everyone who is coming here is not that dumb. And there is a third way. And the third way, I believe, is just to go completely crazy. Because if you tell yourself, I'm crazy, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, whatever I'm gonna do, whatever I want to do, and if people think the same way about you, there is no consequences because they expect nothing, they don't know what to expect. Because your behavior is illogical. If it's illogical, they cannot predict it. So you just come here and you do what you want to do. And this kind of relates to my favorite comic book character, which is Harley Quinn, or Harleen Quinzel. And I hear you thinking, yeah, of course he likes her, I mean, blonde, attractive girl, yeah, of course. But that's not the point. The point is that she was a normal person. Of course, she had a rough childhood, that's fine. But she went to university, she had a normal life, she became a psychiatrist, which is, as far as I know, pretty typical profession, right? Pretty normal profession. It is challenging to become a doctor, but it's a standard profession. Until she became crazy. Of course, because of the Joker. And then she was super villain, superhero with poisonous ivy, then there was Birds of Prey. But she was a super person. Because she did what she wanted to do. And that's the promise of this comic book. That the entire superpower of her is that she just does things. Of course, it's a comic book, right? She also can beat people very well and all those things. It's a comic book. It's a fairy tale. But there is something we can learn. And this is what I'm telling to you. If you want to excel, the solution is to be crazy. Because people don't do exceptional things because they think that they are either illogical or too scary to do. But if you just go and do them, then you do the exceptional things. They can be exceptionally bad or exceptionally great, but that's the different story. But they are exceptional. And this is what I encourage you to do. The best part is that you can do things that are unpredictable because they are illogical. Things like, for example, finishing a speech while sitting in this chair in the audience. Mr. Toastmaster,